Every month, viewers email me with questions regarding hunting tuskless elephants. Half of the questions are regarding areas, outfitters, and equipment needed for such a hunt. But the other half are people struggling to find a deeper understanding of why tuskless elephants are even hunted at all. I got a spoiler alert for you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Rather, I'm going to try to provide you with enough information to make an informed decision on your own, based solely on your reasoning ability and your emotional condition. Elephants are just magnificent, intelligent animals that live long lives and have complex social relationships. Recently, they've even been categorized as sentient beings. Because of this, anthropomorphism is often thrust upon elephants by people, and this kind of clouds real facts with pure emotion. In this video, I'll explain why some elephants have no tusks and the benefits of controlling their population through ethical, regulated hunting. If you're a very sensitive soul, please turn off this video now. And I'm going to start this video off by giving you a simple explanation in layman terms as to why some elephants just never grow tusks. Most tuskless elephants suffer from a genetic mutation that becomes a hereditary trait passed between female elephants. If you read accounts from hunters of old, tuskless elephants have always been around, but their numbers have increased since the 1970s. The dominant theory is that widespread poaching during the ivory wars of the 1970s and 80s, particularly in Mozambique, caused this increase. According to this theory, local people killed everything with ivory to finance these wars, and the small percentage of tuskless elephants were the only ones left to breed. So that bad genetic trait spread rapidly among elephant populations in southern Africa. But be mindful, this theory was developed based on one population in Mozambique, and tuskless elephants occur in other areas that haven't experienced widespread poaching pressure over the last 50 years. So even though this theory does make sense, it's still just a theory. At this point, you probably want to know, why is tusklessness among elephants bad? And this is where people need to put their emotions in check and use reason and critical thinking. There's one fact that we all know on this issue, and that's that the tuskless gene is very bad for the species. First of all, tusklessness is a lethal recessive gene to male elephants. The gene will kill almost every male elephant embryo. This ultimately results in less male elephants being born in total, which severely upsets the natural balance of sexual diversity for elephants in a given population. Secondly, elephants need tusks to survive. They're critical for digging up water during the dry season, for removing tree bark to find moisture and nutrients, and to defend themselves. Tuskless elephants are usually more aggressive because they have to physically take resources from other elephants to survive. Knowing this, is it better to remove the gene from the population through regulated hunting? Or is it better to just let it spread unchecked through the population? This is the question you need to seriously consider. And here's a tidbit of wisdom you're not going to hear from a university scientist or some random Western journalist. Today, most elephant poaching that takes place is not for ivory like it was in the past. It's either hungry indigenous people trying to acquire bushmeat for sustenance or for profit, or it's villagers trying to protect crops that they rely on for survival. In many areas, elephant populations are just out of control, and conflicts with humans is a serious issue. Westerners can sip Starbucks while they sit in their air conditioned condominiums and have any opinion on killing elephants that they want, but they aren't the people that have to live with them every day. In some areas, elephants have greatly exceeded the carrying capacity and are causing enormous environmental damage to the detriment of other species in the area. All these stunted growth and dead mapani trees around here. This is all elephant damage. The area. Add to this the fact that controlling the tuskless gene from spreading will give elephants better odds of long-term survival as a species. If you need to reduce the population, doesn't taking out the tuskless elephants first make the most sense? I mean, it does to me. Then you need to consider that all of the meat from those elephants feed the locals, and the trophy fees from hunting them pays for the anti-poaching units in the areas that ultimately protect the elephant population as a whole. So elephant hunting is very beneficial to the species. As I stated earlier in this lecture, it is impossible to not be emotional about hunting an elephant. But unlike most city dwellers, most hunters understand the connection that humans have with nature. You know, the food aspect, the conservation aspect, and our primal connection with everything around us. Myself and most hunters do feel empathy and emotion for the game animals that we hunt. We respect animals and don't take their sacrifice for granted. You know, we learn to understand the behavior and habits of our prey. We spend years studying them and many days stalking them. And in doing this, we form a real connection with the animals. The trophies you see on our walls are not testaments to an animal's death, but a memorialization of their life. Those animals live forever in our minds, you know, and in our stories, you know, not unlike our ancestors that painted epic hunts on cave walls. But still, killing does not come without serious contemplation. Here are some thoughts during the aftermath of my tuskless elephant hunt last year. After I shot my elephant, we drove away into the darkness. It was a sobering drive where I had to grapple with the reality of the situation. Taking the life of a cow elephant is an undertaking that I struggle with internally. Sure, a tuskless cow in a herd is arguably the most dangerous animal a hunter can ever face. So much so that many veteran PHs stop doing it for their own self-preservation. Tuskless hunting is a very exciting hunt, so it's the type of hunt that many experienced hunters are after. Tuskless hunting is also done in an ethical manner, making sure that no dependent calves are left to fend for themselves and that no babies are in danger of being injured by the herd. The meat feeds the local community, and the trophy fees fund anti-poaching and conservation efforts in the area. This area also has an abundance of elephant, And if not for regulated elephant hunting, Parks and Wildlife would have to cull them by the hundreds, which would be a complete waste of meat and funding. The recessive tuskless gene in elephants is also bad for the species because it kills male embryos and leaves females without a valuable survival tool, which is tusks. So, removing tuskless elephants from herds is a good thing for the species. In the big picture, hunting a tuskless cow is a very ethical hunt and is beneficial to the species, the environment, and the local people. At the same time, it's only human to feel remorse for the death of such a magnificent animal. A tuskless elephant hunt is the single most dangerous and exciting hunt on the African continent. Most experienced hunters and PHs agree that cow elephants, especially a grumpy tuskless one, is the most likely animal to charge you in Africa. You also have to find the right tuskless elephant to harvest. It has to be a mature tuskless elephant, and it cannot have a dependent calf with it. And this takes many hours over many days of tracking elephants on foot and looking them over to find one that meets these ethical and legal requirements. Also, the professional hunter will not let you shoot if there's a chance of a calf being hurt. Or, your professional hunter might even back the entire team out of the situation completely if it's deemed too dangerous for the hunting party. Maybe the wind changed a little bit when you got close, and taking a shot on an elephant might direct the whole herd right at the hunting party, and it's just too dangerous. So you'll even have situations where you actually find the right tuskless cow to shoot, but you have to back out of the situation because it's too dangerous. Many older professional hunters have stopped hunting tuskless cows for their own self-preservation. They'll leave it to the younger PHs. Tuskless elephant hunts are dangerous, challenging, exciting, and are conducted in a perfectly ethical manner. So, from a hunter's perspective, a tuskless hunt is a great hunt. If you decide to hunt any elephant, I can guarantee two things. First of all, you will have a fantastic hunt because elephant hunting is a great hunt. Secondly, you will be overcome with emotion. Either in the immediate aftermath of the hunt or days later, you will grieve for that elephant, and you should be prepared for that. Some people just can't handle that emotionally, and I'm never going to show those individuals any condescension. But, you really shouldn't set yourself up for emotional trauma if there's no reason to do so. So if you don't want to hunt elephant, we understand, and I don't have a problem with it. But even if you have absolutely no desire to hunt an elephant, if you're a logical thinker, you have to realize the benefits that ethical, regulated elephant hunting brings to modern Africa. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and please understand that I turned the comments off for this video so I don't have to listen to the mentally ill activists spew out their bullshit and write threats to me. So thank you for watching, and as always, good hunting.